My boss made me train my replacement. He didn't know I was about to become his boss. I worked for the same company for 8 years. 8 years of late nights, weekend calls, missed holidays, and doing way more work than my job description required. Every year, my performance reviews were excellent. Every year, my boss promised a promotion. And every year, somehow, it never happened. There was always an excuse. The budget isn't there. Maybe next quarter. Just be patient. I believed him for a while. Then one Monday morning, I got an email from HR. A new employee would be joining our department. Nothing unusual, until I saw the instructions. I was responsible for training him. No problem. Except when he arrived, I noticed something strange. His title. It was the exact position I'd been trying to get promoted into for the last 3 years. At first, I thought it had to be a mistake. So I asked my boss. He smiled and said, "You're great where you are. That's all. No explanation, no apology." Meanwhile, the new guy, let's call him Ryan, was actually pretty nice. He had no idea what was happening. Over the next few weeks, I trained him, showed him the systems, explained the workflows, taught him everything. And every day I became more frustrated, not at Ryan, at management, because Ryan constantly came to me for help, even with basic decisions. Eventually, he admitted something. He'd never actually managed a team before. I had been doing management duties unofficially for years, yet somehow he got the title. One afternoon, while helping him with a report, he casually asked, "Why didn't they promote you?" I didn't have an answer. A month later, I stopped waiting. I updated my resume, started applying elsewhere, and within 3 weeks, I got an interview. Then another, then another. Finally, a large competitor made me an offer. The salary was nearly double what I was earning, better benefits, better position, and an actual leadership role. I accepted immediately. The next morning, I handed in my resignation. My boss looked shocked, genuinely shocked, like he'd never considered the possibility. He asked why I was leaving. I politely reminded him about the promotion I'd been pursuing for years. His response? "I didn't think you'd leave over that." Apparently, he thought I'd just stay forever. 2 weeks later, I left. And honestly, it felt amazing. But the story doesn't end there. About 6 months later, my new company acquired a smaller business. A pretty significant acquisition. Guess which company got acquired? My old one. Suddenly, I found myself attending integration meetings with executives from my former employer, including my old boss. The first meeting was priceless. He walked into the conference room, saw me sitting at the leadership table, and completely froze. For a second, I thought he might actually turn around and leave. Instead, he sat down quietly. Over the next few months, my role involved reviewing departmental performance and organizational structures. In other words, I was helping decide which managers stayed and which didn't. I didn't target him. I didn't manipulate anything. I simply reviewed the data. The numbers spoke for themselves. Employee turnover, low team satisfaction, poor retention, multiple complaints. The evidence was overwhelming. Eventually, leadership made a decision. His position was eliminated, the same way he'd eliminated my career growth years earlier. The day he found out, he asked to speak with me privately. He looked exhausted. Then he said, "You know, I never thought you'd end up here." I smiled. Neither did I. Then he asked something that honestly surprised me. "Do you think I made a mistake?" I thought about it for a moment, then answered honestly. "You didn't lose me when I resigned. You lost me years before that." He nodded, and for the first time since I'd known him, he didn't have an excuse.